I'm Ariel. I own Doulas of Chicago, and I'm currently pregnant. At my last midwife appointment on Wednesday, today's Friday, on Wednesday, my midwife recommended that for some swelling issues that I have, that I try coconut water, that I drink coconut water. And the problem being that I'm not gonna show you my feet, but my left foot is swollen and my right foot is not swollen, and there's no medical concern about the swelling that's been happening in my pregnancy. But it's almost August and it's hot and it's Chicago, so that probably has something to do with it. So she suggested coconut water. It has a good natural balance of electrolytes in it. And being a doula, it is often a drink that clients will use during labor to help them stay hydrated in a way that's a little bit different than having maybe like an IV fluid line put in, like a saline lock or something like that, as it constitutes as a clear liquid. So that's another bonus. If I find one of these things that is tasty and I like, it's a possibility that I could use it not only for the remaining weeks of my pregnancy, but also possibly in labor. So I thought, hey, what better way to figure out what kind of coconut water I should try than post a question on my personal Facebook page. And 96 people decided to comment on it, which is an unusual number of people to comment on something on my page. So this happens to be a topic that a lot of people have opinions about. Some of the things that they said were coconut water is disgusting. Some people said it's wonderful. But lots of people had opinions on which brands were good. So I thought that I would try them because I am not a foodie person. I will admit I don't try new things. I am stubborn. I don't actually know what makes me qualified to do this particular coconut water tasting, other than the fact that there were 96 comments on my Facebook page, and I'm gonna be the one that would benefit from it. So I thought if I'm gonna try it, I might as well videotape it, and then I can put it out there, and possibly it would help some other folks. So let me show you what we got. Tons of people said that I need to try Trader Joe's coconut water, which is in their cold case. And apparently this is from one particular farm or one growing establishment. It's all put into one container. And people said, that's the one, do that one. Also from Trader Joe's, I was able to find catch the woman who was stocking the coconut water shelf. And I asked her, just strictly from a sales perspective, what's the one that you restock the most? And she said, this one. It's also just Trader Joe's brand coconut water, not from concentrate. She said she believes the difference is that this comes from several different farms, whereas, like I mentioned, this one from the cold case just comes from one farm. The other store that I went to find some coconut water was Whole Foods, because I was specifically looking for this brand. Multiple people recommended Harmless coconut water. It has kind of a nice pink color to it, and as it says on the label, like, pink is okay, because the reason it turns pink is because certain antioxidants make it that color when it is exposed to the sun, the oxygen, I'm not sure, but it's a natural color change. So I wanted to find that one for sure. They also had something called Cocoa 5, so I picked that one up. And then the rest of these came from Jewel Osco, which is a local grocery store that we have here in Illinois, probably across the country as well, so you could pick them up at those places. The other ones being a brand lots of people recommended, something called Invo coconut water. Another slightly pinky one called Cocoa Community. Goya, if you've ever had some really great Goya juice, pick that one up. And then Zico tends to be super popular, and it was at all of the stores. And then another brand is Naked, and I picked up picked up 2 of Naked. So this is just the regular coconut water. And then I picked up one that had a little bit of pineapple flavor in it. As many people mentioned, coconut water by itself is disgusting. So make sure you get one that has a little bit of fruit flavor to it. My midwife specifically suggested not having a flavor-infused coconut water because she said that there's just so much extra sugar in it that it may not be worth it. To that end, who knows? If it's something I'm drinking during labor and I'm not going to be able to have very much to eat, because maybe I won't be interested in eating, it might be nice to have a little bit of sugar while I'm going through labor. So we'll see. So we'll try them. The other recommendations that people had for consuming coconut water was either to not drink it plain and have it in a smoothie, which is not going to happen today, and also to just keep it really super cold, because if you drink it warm, you might want to throw up in your mouth a little bit, and that's not an experience that I'd like to have on camera. So I have the waters, they were in the refrigerator, and then now I'm trying to keep them cold by putting them in here. And I don't know, I'm gonna be doing this in a very scientific way. So I'm gonna make some notes on a sticky pad if it's good or if it's bad. Sound good? Maybe I'll write on the cup, I don't know. And I also have a clear cup with a straw because I think everything tastes better through a straw, so I'm gonna try and give everybody that little boost. But I wanted to see what color some of these are when they come out, and some people said that they could be thick or viscous. Like texture's a weird thing, right? So I want to know what I'm going to drink before I drink it. So why don't we get started? So the first one is 1 pure coconut water. It's a little milky. It actually smells like coconut, which is surprising because some of the people, when I said, "Oh, I love coconut," one person was very smart and said, "Look, what you're used to in terms of coconut flavor is like sweetened enhancements to the actual coconut, so like don't expect it to actually taste like coconut flavored things." So it smells like coconut. It's a little thicker. I mean, it looks like water, but it definitely has like a film on my tongue. But not horrible. Not horrible. Like, the smell of coconut is weird, but it doesn't taste like coconut. It just tastes a little bit like really, really, really diluted salt water is what I would say for that. But it's not bad. So I'm going to put it in the good category. So the folks who were big fans of 1, not bad. I should probably rinse this out, but whatever, you guys don't care. Awesome. 1. Good. This is my method, okay? Okay, keep track of everything. The next one, this one is the Goya brand. It says coconut water with pulp. There's like floating, when I think of pulp and orange juice. And this is obviously coconut pulp. And it's like floating little shavings of coconut in it. Maybe better for a smoothie, so it would get blended up. I'm not a huge fan of chunks, so I'm going to try and avoid those. This one is much sweeter than the 1. This is actually quite delightful. I would drink this. This is fantastic. Way to go, Goya. Of the 2, the most coconut tasting coconut water. Yeah, I mean, like the sweetness is staying with it. How many? A serving size is 8 ounces in this, and this is 17.6 ounce can, and there's 15 grams of sugar per serving. With this one, even though it didn't taste as sweet, there's more sugar in this particular brand than the Goya brand. There are 17 grams of sugar, 17 grams of sugar in the entire bottle. This is 15 grams of sugar per serving, so there are multiple servings in this can. So per serving, Goya has less, but most likely you would consume more sugar overall if you drank the whole thing. The next one is Invo coconut water. This is a 16 ounce container, 2 serving sizes in it, 15 grams of sugar per serving. I don't even want to swallow that one. I'm gonna give it another chance now that I know what I'm getting into. This one tastes much saltier. Let me think of some words. Okay, so now that I know what I'm getting into, much saltier, more in line with like when you drink a sports drink and it's kind of that weird salty flavor, but it's still kind of sweet. That's what this one is like. So Invo is, I'm just gonna put neutral on that one. Not horrible, but not what I would reach for initially. Next. Okay, I really am excited about the harmless coconut water because it was recommended first by a friend of mine who lives in California, who's just a cool chick. So thanks, Ashley, for the recommendation. This one is pink, which to me gives it points. It's very pleasant. It has some like floating debris in it. I don't know if you can see it, but it's very small. Sweet, but not too sweet. Not really any sort of salty flavor. Not bitter. Not anything. I would drink that just as is, and I can imagine if it were just a little colder, I would probably even like it more. So, yeah, you're right. Thumbs up, totally, for harmless coconut water. Very good. That's exciting. There's one that I really, really like. Harmless plus, woohoo! The next one is another one that has just a slightly pink color to it. This is the Cocoa Community Organic. How much? So this one, Harmless, had one bottle. This is the smaller, so this one bottle is 1 serving size, and there are 15 grams of sugar in this. Moving on, Cocoa Community has 2 servings in this bottle. So 1 serving is 8 ounces, and there are also 15 grams of sugar per serving in this particular brand. This one, again with the pink flavor, has a little bit of, not quite as pink, a little bit less pink, but there is some floating debris in it also. I would say very similar to Harmless, but something's not quite as appealing as the Harmless brand. It reminds me of like some sort of baked something. Like I feel like I would really enjoy this with like a breakfast scone or something. I don't know why that's coming. Maybe I'm just need to eat some lunch, but not horrible. I would pick that one up if there wasn't another option. So far, the Harmless Coconut Water and the Cocoa Community are both excellent. I would put those as my favorites. Next up is the very well recommended Trader Joe's Coconut Water Single Origin. 12 fluid ounces, 18 grams per sugar per serving. I'm going to give this a rinse, just there's some debris from the last one. Clear again. Fairly tasteless. Not super salty, not sweet. Probably so far the most like water. Very little taste to it. So, I mean, in terms of trying to consume something without having any sort of horrible reaction to it, this one is great. This one is not bad. I can see why all the people like the Trader Joe. Put that one in the positive camp. 5 left. Hang in there with me, okay? The next one is the Gigando from Trader Joe. Refrigerate and use with, okay, shake well before using. It's clear. Smells real funny. I don't know why I didn't pour it into my clear cup. This one smells bad in the container. It might just be because it's in a paper container and not a plastic bottle. Kind of tastes like it smells. So far, this is the most feet tasting one. Very earthy, not very sweet, not salty. So if that's what you're going for. Yeah, I don't like that one. That one's not good for me. Not a fan. I'm just gonna write no right on the container. Like, sorry. Cocoa 5. This one is back to actually smelling like coconut. It smells like coconut and hard-boiled eggs at the same time. They've added something to this. This has like there's some sort of like citric something in it. So there's citric acid in it. Yeah, this has some sort of citrusy undertone to it, which makes it very palatable. There is 2 servings in this bottle, and there are 7 grams of sugar per serving, so lower than the others. But it looks like this has water as its first ingredient, and they've also added natural coconut flavoring. So this is probably not the truest sense of coconut water, but it's very drinkable. So take that for what it's worth. It's good. It tastes most like a sports drink, like a citrusy sports drink. And if you need to get some hydration, by all means, Cocoa 5 is quite tasty. I would have to do more looking on all of the labels to find out how, you know, like what the other things have that might be the same. But that one tastes the most fake, if that helps. The next one is Zico. No sugar added, serving size 1 box, so just shy of 12 ounces, 12 grams of sugar in this one. This one says 100% coconut water. This is also very palatable. Not a lot of sugary taste, not a lot of salty taste. It has a little bit of that viscous kind of feel on my tongue, but it's not unpleasant. That I would also drink that one probably straight if I needed to. Not horrible. So Zico is up there, I would say, after the harmless coconut water, which I liked very much, and the Cocoa Community, which I liked very much, and then also the Trader Joe's I liked very much. This is also great. I would drink this one. Naked, only 2 left. The Naked original flavor and the Naked pineapple flavor. Smells like coconut. Not bad. Doesn't taste like feet. Doesn't have like the immediate like earthy tones that some of the others had. Yeah, I would drink that one too. That one's great. Good job, Naked. I'll put that one over here. And then the last one, the one with the pineapple. Also the highest sugar content out of all of these. So I like pineapple. Here's hoping. Has a little bit of a yellow color, which makes sense. Really bad. I don't like this one at all. After having, like, I think I prefer these more than I prefer the one with the pineapple in it. Like, I would put it in a smoothie and I would cover up the taste a little bit. That one tastes the most, not the most, because there were a couple of others that were more feet tasting. This doesn't taste like feet. It just doesn't taste like pineapple, and it doesn't taste like coconut water. It's some weird mix in between the two that is not good. It says other natural flavors. Whatever the other natural flavors are that they added to this, it really kind of made it go south for me. So this is, I would actually not recommend the pineapple flavor Naked coconut water. But to recap, there are quite a few that I really liked. So I would say, let me rank these real quick. Number 1, this is my choice. Very good. Number 2, also very good. Number 3, most like water, very easy to put down. And then both the Naked and the Zico are extremely palatable. Not a lot of sweetness to it, not a lot of feetness to it, not kind of like the saltiness of the others. I also liked the Goya brand, but I don't think that I would, I don't know, for some reason, the chunks in it are a little bit hard for me to imagine drinking if I were to bring something like this to like my labor and delivery room. I think the chunks are kind of a turn off to me, but the flavor is very good. So thanks everyone for the suggestion, and I hope you like the video, and I'll let you know if it helps with my foot swelling. And in the meantime, have a great day.